Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna back for another video. Welcome to March 21st. It is spring now, and I'm living the dream, as always. That's my new go-to response when people ask me how I am, is I say that I'm living the dream because either it's true and I am living the dream, or it's sarcastic, so it works both ways. It has been a whirlwind since I got back from Emerald City Comic Con now 2 weeks or so ago. I ended up rolling into a family trip like right afterwards that sort of materialized spontaneously, and it was great, but I am left feeling very disorganized right now. I feel just, this is my life, so we're gonna just deal with it. I feel super unfocused. My routine has been shattered. Oh, he's standing in front of the microphone, so I'm really sorry if it sounds weird. Okay, bye, Nori. Bye. And overall, I just do not have my bearings. And so this vlog is going to be all about getting back to that ground zero. And I have a plan. I have a genius plan. He just actually knocked my plan off the table in his rummaging. So it was meant to be there. It's a little kismet moment. It's a symbol that the plan is working. The main thing that I'm going to focus on is getting my space up to par, doing a little space upgrade here because I am a bit of a collector. I tend to buy things, cute things, and functional things, and then they end up building in cute little piles everywhere in my house. So the plan this week is to sort through, discard, reorganize, and gain control of the world around me, because I feel like that's the first step in getting things back to square in my noggin. I'm really excited though. Spring cleaning is a wonderful ritual. It's spring. Today and tomorrow are actually going to be very nice weather days, so I think that's going to motivate me to get going on this, and hopefully the minor upgrades will make a major difference. We'll see. Witness behind me the chaos that is the space currently. I think step one is going to be to do a quick tidy of everything that kind of has a place, or start making some piles of stuff that doesn't have a place, that needs a place, and then I want to tackle this thing, which is my Huion tablet that was the primary monitor for my old computer. Obviously why is this so hard to do? This is my new computer. And I left my old computer set up just in case I needed it. It's very important that your car makes that noise, I assume. So I am going to remove the tower, which is down there, and sort out some cords and stuff. So that'll be the first thing after we tidy this up real quick. No, these are not toys. They're not Nori Jam. I thought I would just check in after today's, I mean, it's been a couple hours. I don't know how long it's been. I was getting worried there halfway through. You know, everything was piled up. I was like, where am I going to put all this stuff? Do I even have everything that I need to sort this out properly right now? Things went well. I have it back to working order so I can do some other stuff this evening. The main things that I did was to move my desk, this one that you guys are sitting on, over a little bit so that I could have the shelving unit that exists underneath it face into me rather than facing out towards the door. It was originally set up that way because of the computer tower and just many things when I set this up a year and a half ago. And then the other thing is behind me having the Cricut, which used to face out that way, now being faced in here towards me. So now I can just vibe in this little nook and cranny and not have to be like running around that way and running around this way. Obviously, I reorganized everything on the shelf. That might change also because I have like a paper kind of office unit, paper holder office unit coming that might end up going on the table and might end up entering one of the shelves there. But the thing with these shelves, Nori is very curious and will walk onto any area that isn't kind of secured with objects. So it suits me because I got a lot of stuff. But at the same time, it like visual clutter is what I'm trying to cut down on as much as possible. So I did remove some of my decorations that were up there. There's a little pile, like a little to-go box, but I don't want to get rid of a ton of stuff. I have some more decoration that needs to be put up. I still have to figure out where my computer and the tablet are going to go. I wanted to keep the Huion tablet like out and not in storage so that if I do need it, I think it will work with my Mac if I have the right connection stuff, if I need to have a tablet control. But for the most part, I use my iPad for everything. And like with the Bluetooth and the Apple AirDrop thing, I can just zoom stuff from desktop to iPad and then just do whatever I need to do on the iPad. So I left the tablet out on my desk thinking that I was going to need to be using it back and forth, but hasn't really been necessary. So maybe I will put it in storage. I haven't decided yet. This evening, there's a hockey game on TV that I'm going to watch, and I'm thinking about continuing my organizational journey by doing some brain organization. I want to... Let's get real for a minute here, okay? Okay, so I have been feeling not so bueno for the last few months, pretty much since the start of 2023, and there's a lot of reasons for that. I've probably alluded to some of them in past vlogs and Patreon podcasts and I don't know, maybe Instagram stories, but I try to keep it pretty light there. I don't want to bring the people down. But I've been really struggling with feeling like life has a sense of purpose and just feeling very burnt out in my job and not really knowing what's exactly wrong and therefore how to solve it. And I've talked to people and everyone's trying to give me advice, and I really appreciate the feedback and kind of the reflection that I can get from folks. But ultimately it's up to me to figure out why I feel the way that I do and what I want to do in order to fix it. I'm pretty sure that I don't hate my job. I'm pretty sure that I like my job. I've spent the last 10 years trying to get to this point in my career, so I don't want to throw that all away on a whim. But the bottom line is I figured out that all of the things that I want will be much easier to have and achieve if I have a schedule and a routine and a lot of kind of fail safes in place to catch me if I'm stumbling. And that means like reminder systems and lists and lists and lists of things that I can refer back to. So yeah, I think this evening I will try and beat that out in a little bit more of a like concrete way rather than being like, yeah, I should do this. I'm gonna do it. But we'll continue on with the spring cleaning. This is not at all a makeover. This is just me trying to get the cobwebs out of this area of my room and optimizing it a little bit more than it was before. Welcome to Thursday, everybody. I did end up taking Wednesday off instead of jumping right into doing this stuff again because as it turned out, Wednesday was so nice outside that Mark and I decided to go to the petting farm and for a nice long hike, from which I am still recovering. My hamstrings are crying out in pain, but here I am just putting together a couple of other bits and pieces that I purchased to upgrade the space, just make it a little bit nicer. Something I've been wanting to do for quite a while is switch out the vertical blinds that are in our apartment for a curtain or just something that isn't a vertical blind. I decided to grab this extra long shower curtain rod and use these nice curtains with this cool like gray gradient pattern at the bottom to install as like a temporary, very apartment friendly option. I like how they look. I'm not sure how they look at night, so I have been pulling the blinds back across just in case. I don't want nobody spying on me in my private time. And they do need to be hemmed because they're draping a little bit at the bottom, but I'm happy with it. It's definitely an upgrade on what I had going before, and it'll be nice in the summer. And then here's that like paper tray thing that I mentioned. I got this from Amazon. I don't know, like 35, maybe 50 Canadian dollars, somewhere around there. Definitely not worth that amount of money. It's a bit of a flimsy product, but as long as I don't try and put anything too heavy on top, I think it's gonna do just fine. It was a breeze to put together. And it's something, all right. You know, sometimes you just need like to change things up however necessary in order to feel refreshed. Like the apartment that I'm in is too small to really do a full turnaround or really move any furniture, kind of like I would do when I was a kid in my bedroom, like hauling the bed around and the desk just to shake things up a bit. But these minor improvements are enough to feel like I've made a difference in this spring cleaning time. Also, I'm watching Tiffany Ferg internet analysis here. I keep getting clips of like what I'm watching in the background of my videos, and I don't know, is that kosher? Is that cool? I don't watch as many studio vlogs as I used to. I mostly listen to these weird like video essays, I guess, and true crime stuff, so it's a little off-putting to just see floating around in the background, but oh well. All right, it's time to finish the video, so let's go over what we did this week. Here is the office space now. Unfortunately, I forgot to take like proper before pics, so I'll try and cut in something here that we can use as a before, but let me take you through where we're at now. Off camera, I did rearrange the gallery wall just a little bit to remove the stuff that was being hidden by my monitor to make room for the new unit. And I really wanted to put this little candlestick holder that I found at the thrift store up there, so that was swapped out with something that used to be in that position. I'm obviously still waiting for the unit that's going to fill that hole back there. It should be in next week, so maybe I'll set it up in another video, we'll see. And then I can put the printer up there, I can put these leftover decorations up there, and then I have the Wacom tablet just waiting. I was thinking it could go down on the bottom shelf as well. I have a new garbage bin, which was very key because Nori likes to rifle through the trash and eat it, so he kept knocking over my lidless ones, so I got a heavy-duty real deal one. This little rack is coming in super handy. I actually really like how it fits on the desk here. I didn't envision it being on the desk, but now I have all of the stuff that is generally kind of floating around in piles. At least they can be somewhat organized and elevated now on this unit. I already kind of went over the changes here on the shelf with you. I just shuffled some stuff around and kind of sorted out some bins that were getting a little bit messy. The most important thing now being that the Cricut is accessible from sitting in here, which is going to help with when I have like to swap out 25 times to cut stickers, so I can do that without having to do loops around to the back. Obviously things aren't 100% perfect, but it is a vast improvement on the level of disorder that I was dealing with up until this time. I also managed to do some more spring cleaning of my kitchen and bathroom, so I feel a weight is lifted off of my chest. Or maybe that weight was on my shoulders. My chest, I feel like I can breathe, but I do feel like I'm slowly being crushed by the weight of my physical being day to day. You know how it goes. In terms of my brain space, I have been still struggling with getting on top of my scheduling and feeling like I have a game plan to approach life day to day, but it's all part of the process, isn't it? And every step that we take towards bettering ourselves even if there isn't like an end goal in mind, just by taking those steps, you're like improving your life. I don't know. That's what I tell myself, and that's what I'm going to tell you guys. So if you've been looking for the excuse to clean up, now is the time. I am the sign you've been looking for. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. One more video here. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe and to like the video. I am an illustrator. I make all kinds of vloggy stuff based on my life and what I'm up to. And a double thank you to everyone over on Patreon supporting me. That has been kind of what's floating me through 2023. I really appreciate everyone's support there. You can join over there for just $1. I post sketchbook flip through videos, behind the scenes content, and if you want to upgrade to some of the like higher tiers, I do sticker sheet mailouts and prints and all that fun stuff. Keep watching for some Nori outtakes through the rest of the video, and I will see you next week, I assume. Bye.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? The TV can see you. The people are gonna know. Nori, no.
Ow! Please spare me, child. We're not enemies. We're not. No, we're not enemies. Why? Ah!